I had a great time at EVO Japan. I don't know about your guys' viewer experience, but at the event, I think that this is the best it's been run. Not a lot of major issues with production, not a lot of major issues with like, tournament running like on time and stuff, or thanking Auric for dropping the big 11 months. All that kind of stuff, I think it just went super well. But there's some weird stuff about the event still. I don't understand this about EVO Japan. It has been the same for all 3 years. The pools had different monitors. I don't mean Pool A had an Asus monitor and Pool B had a BenQ monitor. What I mean is in a lot of the sections for pools, there would just be multiple different monitors being used in each pool. You're playing on like a BenQ monitor for your first match, and then like an Asus monitor for your second match, and your third match is on some monitor brand you don't even know. Like, that is something that seems very weird to me. I don't know why that's the case, but EVO Japan has always been like that. Is it a problem? Sure, I think it's an issue. Like, players don't like it. Whether it has a big impact on the tournament or not, I don't know. But players obviously want to play on the same monitor the whole time. As far as matches being called, yeah, my favorite part about EVO Japan is watching Tekken and looking at the crowd for Tekken. And there's a Japanese player playing against a Korean player, or a Japanese player playing against a Japanese player. And there's this big crowd watching them play, and everybody's like, oh shit, who's gonna win this match? Then right next to it, like a match is happening, it's like Korea versus Thailand. Nobody gives a shit. They all just walk away from it, like whatever. And I think it's kind of reflected in the matches being sent to stream too, right? Like the priority for EVO Japan matches that are on stream is clearly Japanese players. You know, Arsenal and Ash playing against JDCR, never heard of them. Both of them, they can just go and get. All these like fantastic, great matches are happening off stream that we just never see, right? And it's just like, all right. Well. That being said, I thought the event went pretty smooth on our end. For me, EVO Japan is always much less stressful and way less work for like on the commentary side than main EVO. That main EVO, there's way more streams for the English broadcast, so I'm just working all day, right? In this, obviously, I'm much less busy. There's only 3 English streams total. And like, so, you know, one of them is all Smash, and then the other 2 is rotating between 5 other games. So I'm just chilling. I didn't get to try any of the games there. I didn't get to play Guilty Gear. I didn't play anything like that. I played a bunch of units backstage. But yeah, as an event, I thought EVO Japan was very fun. And my trip to Japan in general was good this time. I think a little longer than I probably wanted to stay. I have to move soon, which is like, if I didn't have that stress and I didn't have the stress of events coming up and like, you know, all this other stuff, it's like, it wouldn't be so bad. But I had a great time there as always. Food was excellent. I tried to duck, dodge, and dive around a virus that everybody was freaking out about. You know, chat room, there's like things you got to do to be safe and like not get sick at places. Japan, I gotta tell you, they don't give a shit, man, about being sick. I feel like there's got to be some kind of reason, but I don't understand it. You go to the bathroom in Japan. After you use the bathroom, you walk over to the sink. Now, the great thing about the sinks in Japan and the bathrooms is that they're empty. And that's because nobody else is washing their fucking hands. I don't understand it. There's just no one there because everybody else uses the bathroom and leaves. They don't wash their hands. And it's like a mind-blowing concept how few people wash their hands after they use the bathroom. I just don't understand it. In general, no matter where you are, you should wash your hands. Not only that, but bruh, it's flu season. The other thing about Japanese bathrooms is that there's very rarely soap. Sometimes, I don't know why. And a lot of times there's nothing to dry your hands. It's like, how can that be? How can that be what's in a bathroom after you use it? And that's just it. That's all you got. You got water and that's it. I went to the bathroom. As I'm walking out, I see the security guard next to me. This is the main security guard for this event, by the way. He's like checking people's stuff. He finishes using the bathroom before me. He walks past the sink, coughing in his hands, and then just goes like that and just walks out. That was like right in front of me. I was like, ugh. Ugh. Call the police on that guy. He was the police. He is the security guard, bro. Eris said, I like to hang around the men's restrooms. Hey, if he left his house and came to EVO Japan, he would see the same things that I saw, which was I would walk into the bathroom and walk out. And by the time I was in there, from the briefest of exchanges, I saw so many people not wash their hands. It's crazy. He said I spent a lot of time in the bathroom. How does he know? He was at home watching the restream. He has no idea. He got some Asians. No Pants. No Pants is in there taking pictures and shit, spying on me. I heard a story that No Pants was too afraid to shake the porn star's hands at EVO Japan. That's not true. He didn't give her a hug. He shook her hand instead. The who? You guys didn't know that there was like a porn star at EVO Japan? I didn't meet her. It was explained to me who she was, is what I should say. You guys didn't know about this? Yeah, it was on Twitter with an actual coop who dropped a big 4 months. Thanks very much. Don't call Sakurai a porn star. Come on, man. Somebody walked up to me and they hit me with like the elbow and they're like, did you hear? And I was like, hear what? And they're like, Ray Lil Black is here. And I was like, all right. And they were like, she's a porn star. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, all right. Yeah, I was like, the rapper? Like, who is that? Lil Bong Chance is here, you say? What's it called? They were like, yeah, she's here. She's wearing a bunch of EVO stuff. She's having a great time, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, cool. You know, I think it's because, you know, last year they had the core value situation. And that was Fudo's wife on stage with the DOA stuff. And this year, obviously, no DOA. They're like, well, can we one-up ourselves? And EVO, you know, it's about going bigger and better. So they're like, let's go from a model. Let's go all the way. You know, they're like, let's do it. I don't actually know the lore. But what I do know is that she said she was thinking about coming to EVO Vegas. And I think if she wants to make $1 million, she should go to EVO Vegas and sell shirts or pictures or stickers or something. I bet, because the way you chat room are acting right now, I'm positive if she went to main EVO in Vegas, y'all motherfuckers would be lining up. She'd have almost a longer line than Maximilian or Eris. It's the only thing people might love more than the dude and bong smoke. There's only one person I'm lining up to meet if they're ever at EVO. It's free, and that's Yoga Flame on Twitter. I see that on Twitter. What a fruit is gifted a sub. That's very kind. I'm scared to hover over that and see if that's a real account. The Yoga Flame account I meant, by the way, is Frank Ocean. You know he's a big Street Fighter fan. If he ever went to EVO, I would line up to say what up. I was chatting with Hi Fight, that sweet man. He came up to say what up, and so he was to my left. So I looked to my left and talked to him. We're watching Top 16. And then as I turned to the left to say something to Hi Fight, in the background, BB Tag Top 8 is going on, right? And I just see Dora Bang in the finals playing the tank. And I was like, what? And I just hit him and I was like, bro, look. And we were both laughing at the tank. Both of us were like, of course Dora's playing the tank, right? Of course he's playing the tank. That's such a Dora-ass character. Like, Bang is not in the game. So I think you have to play the tank, you know? So all I hear is like just fucking brrr, and I'm just dying laughing at this stupid ass tank just hitting shit with its head and its treads and everything. It was great. I couldn't be happier that worked out. It feels like every top 8 had something so fascinating. Even Tekken had that cool storyline. We're getting there. Keep the rhythm of light kick. You know, chat room, that reminds me. I experienced greatness. I was telling Steve about how Jeremy and I were out in the public. Jeremy and I were cracking up. We were talking about Sesame Street. Sorry. We were talking something about it, and then all of a sudden, one of us just like, hey, Bert, to the other one, and we couldn't stop saying that the entire time. Well, hey there, Bert. We just kept saying it over and over. I don't know why it got stuck in our head. You know how it is. Like, some shit gets stuck in your head, and you just can't kick it. That was us. So we kept laughing about it, and I was telling Steve about it. And then I told him, I was like, yeah, while we were doing this Bert shit out in public, what ended up happening is we were watching Battle of the Strongest, and then while it was happening, they asked me, Ringe and Jeremy are like, who's winning right now? So I looked up at the screen, and I went, Roundhouse, like the Infinite, and then that was stuck in our head. So all we did all night when we got ice cream, when we were fucking getting dinner, all we did was, well, hey there, Bert, and fucking light kick. We just kept doing it over and over. I told Steve about that, and he was laughing and shit, and then he was like, wait, what is that light kick thing from? He's like, what is light punch from? And I was like, you mean the Infinite? And he's like, the Infinite? And I was like, Steve, you've not seen how to do a fucking Infinite? And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, you haven't seen the video, the Iron Man Infinite? Oh my God. And I told him, I was like, Steve, I can show you the video, but what you should do is you should go home and watch it on stream. I didn't even want to pull it up. I think Logan pulled it up, but I told him, I was like, you should just go home and watch it on stream. So Logan pulled it up and Steve watched the video and he's dying laughing. But I'm like, Steve, how have you not seen this? You want to do a fucking Infinite video? Iron Man Infinite tutorial. It has 365,000 views. The reason why I bring up the view count is because I told him, I was like, it's almost it's almost as popular as Power Rangers in the Hood, but I realize it's not. It's not quite as popular as White Power Ranger in the Hood, which has a shit ton of views, I think. Have you guys seen that video? When I say White Power Ranger in the Hood, what I mean by that, which as Warbicon points out, is that it's literally at a fighting game tournament, I think in St. Louis. You might notice a familiar looking face to the bottom left. This video was really popular on like World Star. Did you make that though? So he puts on the helmet and everything. This is a legendary video. But really the most important part. The poses, this is the best part. This is like at a fighting game tournament. You can see them do it like with sticks in the back. Look at this guy, Steve. A lot of people have told me that they're like, bro, you know that guy from the Power Ranger in the Hood video? A legend, honestly. A legend. You should really ask him to watch this on his stream. I'm sure, I don't even know if he would. The best line in the video is Tasty Steve saying, that's my fucking childhood walking around right there. Steve's the best. I was trying to convince Steve to stream again. You know, chat room, I'm doing the goodwill for you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Infinite. Can you see the actual Infinite? You just look up Iron Man footage. I can't show that video on screen. He says the N-word like 150 times. It's not tournament legal.